Here are the basic tools you need for a first-time do-it-yourself cabinet project. A track saw, homemade or purchased with the right blade. You can put a right angle guide on it. People ask, why not a table saw? Well, typical job site saws are just too small and inaccurate, and a good table saw is going to cost you too much for this type of project. Miter saws are nice, but we're going to cut all our widthwise pieces together and the bottoms and tops are too big. So track saw is the way to go. Router. Any trim router will work. You want a 5/16 straight bit. And you can make a edge guide to quickly locate your dado grooves. That's all we're going to do with that router. Drill driver combo. Get something small to start with, cordless. Make sure you understand torque settings. I love Robertson #2 impact drivers in combo head screws. More on that in the other section. You're going to need a self-centering bit, also called a Vitz. Pocket holes. So Craig's smallest jigs are way too fidgety, stress my hands, and I did use a modified K5 for years, had good luck. I've since moved on to something else. Craig has a Foreman, one-handed operation, and a K5, or sorry, this is the K5 Foreman, and Rebel is the new guy in town. It looks pretty handy because it works in the edge, but you have to buy into their battery system. Not a big fan of that. Edge banding, real simple. Use iron-on edge banding, a household iron, scissors or pruning shears for trimming the ends. I make a homemade scraper from an old planer blade and sharpen it up. And then a laminate file, not a regular file, for finishing the edges and make a sanding block with 120 grit sandpaper. Here's our workbench friend now with tricked out with some Z brackets to hold large panels or even small panels during edge banding. You can lay the parts on their side with the edges out for trimming. Some specialized hand tools, soft-faced hammers help you tap panels into place for a nice flush fit. Posi drive screws are on the Bloom hardware, and you need to understand the difference between Posi drive and Phillips or you'll cause problems. Some quick clamps, wider than your widest clamps, and a 23 gauge pin nailer is optional.